finishing part of our project, the acid staining. Now, I use for the benches here a walnut colored acid stain, mixed up according to the manufacturer's instructions. I usually dilute mine 1-to-1 with water. It just makes it go a little farther and makes it a little easier to control. The acid stain, when you buy it, is full strength hydrochloric acid, so it will react very, very fast. And diluting it with water just gives you a little bit of time to work with it, so that you don't have too quick of a color change too fast. Basically, with this stuff, the longer you leave it on, the darker it gets. So I've left it on almost 24 hours and come out with an almost a black brown almost. So the longer you leave it on, the darker it will get. But by diluting it, it just makes it a little more controllable, especially if you don't want it that particularly dark. I've got a certified acid sprayer here. This is all plastic components. I have used the dollar store hand sprayers. I find they work quite well, but I find they tend not to last. You don't want anything with any kind of metal in it, because the acid will work on various metals and corrode and cause all kinds of problems with the sprayer and with contaminating your chemicals. Now, the other thing to keep in mind with the acid staining is safety. Okay, obviously you're working with acid. You're going to want to have gloves on for sure. That's just a no-brainer. The other thing is you're going to want to have a face shield, just to protect your eyes and your face. Nobody wants to lose their eyesight over their craft, so make sure that you have a full face shield. It just avoids any accidents should you accidentally splash this stuff in your eyes. Now, the other thing you're going to need is a mask. Now, this is just a painter's mask, NIOSH OV1 or N95. It's just a particulate filter that's used for painting. This is an absolute must-have. Okay, a full face model. The fumes from this the acid stain are quite acrid, and when this stuff hits the concrete, it basically sizzles and burns with the lime, and it releases more fumes. And if you breathe those fumes in, they will burn your lungs, and you will hack like crazy until you get that stuff out. And it's not pleasant. So for your own safety, the mask is an absolute must. But it's really quite a simple procedure. Just all you do is you just simply pressurize your sprayer, and then you just spray the surface. Make sure you've got good saturation of everything. I usually wait about 20 minutes, and then what I do is I rinse it off with an ammonia spray. Now, what the ammonia spray is 1 part ammonia to 10 parts water. It's just straight ammonia, and what that does is that'll just neutralize the acid, and that's an important step as well. And then once you've sprayed the neutralizer on, the next step after that is just to simply rinse it and let it dry. And once it's completely dried, then you can apply your concrete sealer. And that's about all there is to it. Put your bench together after that. Let's get started. You just spray it on and get good coverage. Wherever you spray more, it'll be darker. I like to spray it on a little uneven so I get kind of a mottled effect. Make sure you get the edges of the bench as well. I like to go over it a couple of times just to make sure I get good coverage. You'll notice that every time I hit the concrete, I get the green foam coming up there. That's just the acid reacting on the lime in the concrete. And got fairly good coverage here. And we'll just let that sit for about 20 minutes, and then I'll put my neutralizing spray on, let that sit for a couple minutes, and then rinse it down. And that's all there is to it. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes now, so we're just gonna take the ammonia neutralizer and we're just gonna spray things down a bit, and then we'll rinse it off and we'll see where that leaves us. And we might have to touch up a few spots with some more stain, depending on how we like what we have. Sometimes different spots take a little more staining and whatnot. Basically, the way the stain works, it kind of gives you a mottled effect. You never really know what you're going to get with it. The density of the concrete has a lot to do with how different parts of the casting take to the stain, and different densities will give you a different color. So you might have to go over things once or twice just to get the appropriate color. But just saturate it real good with the neutralizing spray, and then once you've got it all neutralized, then just rinse it off with water, and you can decide from there what the next step is going to be, whether you're going to continue to stain or whether you're going to go on to sealing. I can already see right now I've got a few spots I'm going to have to stain some more. I did some patchwork on these corners here, and of course the patchwork being denser, it doesn't take the stain quite the same. So I've got a rather significant relative difference in my staining color, and I'll zoom in here after I get this all rinsed off. Just the neutralizing is pretty much instantaneous, and just go around and make sure you get all the spots where the acid stain touched. Okay, we've got everything all stained and neutralized, and now we're just going to simply rinse it off. And basically, one of the nice things about rinsing it off is you can see how the final product is going to look. Basically, the way it looks when you rinse it, that's how it's going to look when you put your sealer on. And you can decide for yourself whether or not you like the blending, and apply more stain in different areas to change it up if you like. But basically, what you're looking at once you rinse it, that's how the bench will look after you put your sealer on. So, anyways, have a good day.